Kicking it with Gives a Minute on Kick. Hey, the Kick Machine, how you doing? What's cracking? Having a good day, having a good time, having a good life? I hope so. I'm looking forward to this. Virtual vinyls, for those that don't know, this is where we play a record together on vinyl. Because records are on vinyl. We on vinyl the record, we play it, we listen to it. We talk a lot about it. We yap on beforehand, tell stories, and then we sit back and enjoy the record. Today's record in question comes from Australia's one of Australia's finest outputs from Brisbane City, Regurgitator, and we're dealing with their debut EP. It's just called Regurgitator, but due to the artwork, it's often known as the Hamburger EP. Now, I am a little... I'm a little upset. No, that's the wrong word. This piece of vinyl was one of the first vinyls I bought. And I'm a little upset because it doesn't have any liner notes. It doesn't have anything at all, in fact. It is just... And I'm being very reluctant to show you the other side because the other side is their second EP, and we're going to do a virtual vinyl on that separately. So I don't want to turn this around. But the history of this release is that it came out as a, from what I recall anyway, it had a full package, had a sleeve on CD, had liner notes, had lyrics, I believe. I'll tell you a couple of stories as we go through this, but I just wanted to hit this point first up because I bought this vinyl from the Regurgitator store, and it's bitterly disappointing how it came. In fact, I'll just open it and show it to you because this is all it is. That's it. And the one side is the Hamburger EP and the other side is the other EP, which we won't even discuss because I want to save it. But yeah, I mean, I thought, and don't get me wrong, because I'm enjoying these virtual vinyl streams, but I always thought the idea behind buying a record, all these wankers toss on about it. They go, oh, you got to get the vinyl because it's got bigger artwork and you can read the lyrics and it's got all the liner notes. What a load of wank. This has nothing. This has less than the CD did. So I was bitterly disappointed. I will say that, and I'm not showing you the back, but I'm going to read you what it says on the back here. It tells you the track listing. By the way, a very short EP. There are only 7 tracks on here. One of them is barely 20 seconds long. So is it 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in totes. Yeah, 7 in totes. It just says remastered for vinyl by Dom McGlynn, Dom C Mastering. So that's kind of cool that it has been remastered for the record. Well, then why isn't there artwork and why isn't there liner notes and discussions from the band and conversation and all the things that all the tossers toss on about vinyl? There's none of that shit. And it wasn't cheap either. Hey, by the way, this is a Kick stream. So if you're watching this and you're not on kick.com/givesaminute, I don't know that you're here. So if you want to be here and you want to partake in the chat, this is the Kick chat, you've got to come on down to kick.com/givesaminute. I am streaming across the stratosphere, including YouTube, but I am watching my inbox on the YouTube machine because typically these virtual vinyl streams get copyright slung, dinged, danged, snapped, cracked, and I don't want to cop a violation on the tubes of use, so I will keep my eyes over to the side every now and then, and if I see a warning from YouTube, I'll just stop the YouTube stream, and therefore those 2 people that are over there right now, you'll have to come to Kick because it'll just shut down. But let me tell you, okay, story time. So the year was 1994, October to be specific, of that year when this EP came out. Now, a Brisbane band, at that particular time, quite unknown to anybody. Post this release and their debut album and then their second album, which we will get to. We're going to do 4 of these Regurgitator virtual vinyl streams, the 2 EPs, the debut album, and then the follow-up album, because these are bangers, right? So they went on to become what I would argue is a household name in Australia. They're very, very, very well loved in this country, this band. And it's particularly interesting because I would consider their music somewhat difficult. Okay, well, this EP, I guess this EP up front is more of just your straight up sort of, how would you label it? Electro synth rock. There's a little bit of hip hop in there, but it's definitely synth. So they've got like the synthesizer, they got the keytar, they got guitars and bass, of course. It's a 3-piece, right? At that particular point, it was a 3-piece: guitars, bass, and drums. The drummer on this EP has since moved on for quite a while now, but so it's interesting that they took that style of music and wrapped it in a very Australian twang or twist, if you like, and delivered it to everyone. And I don't know anyone that doesn't like this band. Yet it's strange because they have, well, there's song titles, not on this, what we're going to hear, but they've got a song called I Will Lick Your Asshole. And you go to a gig and you see families singing it. I will lick your asshole. It's an interesting story. So why did I buy this EP? How did I know about this EP in October of 1994? Well, so if you guys remember, and I've talked about this on stream before, there was this crazy period of time in my life where it's almost embarrassing to even talk about it, but there was a time where I was dancing. Even sounds strange to say, but there was this thing that me and my cousin were kind of somewhat well known for in the circles, I guess. We did this dance, and we used to do it specifically at this other band, Spiderbait, also a very well-known and very well-loved Australian band. At that time, they were not. At that time, you would argue they were just a thrash metal band. Patang Yang, Kipper Bang, Shashava Glover, these kind of things. Now they're a household name with a different style of music. But back then, anyway, the story is that we were kind of kicking around with these guys doing this dance thing. And there was this one particular show. It was the Tumbleweed Spiderbait tour in 1990. I guess it's got to be 1994, hasn't it? Yeah, it's got to be 1994. At the Metro Theatre in Sydney. And in the dressing room of Spiderbait was Quan Yeomans, which is one of the, I guess the two founding members, Quan and Ben, and then the new drummer, but back in the day it was Martin. But anyway, so Quan was at this gig in the green room, in the dressing room for Spiderbait. And at the time, Janet, the bass player in Spiderbait, was dating Quan. And so when we were hanging out with Spiderbait, we were all into music, as you are. And so the conversation turned to, well, hey, you guys get to see all different kinds of bands. Is there any band that we should be looking out for that you can recommend? And Janet jumps in with, yeah, there's a great band from Brisbane called Regurgitator. And how do I know they're great? Because I'm with the frontman. So she was enthusiastic to tell us about this band. And so they came and did their own set of shows. I remember they played at the Bizzos, I think. The Caringbah Bizzos was the first time that I saw them. And I'm just trying to remember. We did talk to Quan at that gig. I can't remember what we talked about, but yeah, there was just a whole bunch of... Me and Gav were just boozed up, just dancing and drinking and putting. But anyway, it stuck out that there's a band called Regurgitator. I think the conversation was around what the name means. What does Regurgitator mean? And the idea that I was told was that, and this is kind of cool because it gives you an idea of what the sound is, because they take on, or we as an audience, as a listening member of the public to music, you take on so much variety of music in different styles. And if you are an artist, when you produce something, it's like you're just regurgitating everything that you've heard. And so what comes out is a mishmash of everything you've taken in, and then you've dissected it, and then you've just spat it back out in your own genre. And that's exactly what these guys have done. They've regurgitated modern music with their own twist. You might hear stuff on, maybe not on this EP, but when we get further into the weeds, you will certainly hear stuff that you're like, dude, that's just Prince, right? That is a Prince song. They've even got a song called ! the artist formerly known as, or the song formerly known as. So they're not shying away from anything. They're acknowledging that all this music comes into them and then it has to come out somehow. And so I think the name Regurgitator is fantastic. But like I said, this EP, not quite the easy listen that their later stuff became. This is one of my favorites, but you might be like, okay, I don't think that's going to hit that well with me. But if you open up to it and you listen to it a few times, you might change your tune. Side story, or included in this story of how I first got this EP. So this is also a little, no, this isn't embarrassing. This is kind of cool. In Australia, in high school, we had this program called Work Experience. Now, what it is it's a system that the school sets up that students get time off their, I think it's 2 weeks or 3 weeks in total. You get time off school to go out into the workforce, and you're like a temp at that point. You're working for somebody, but it's experience. It's work experience. And usually, if you're academically minded, which I certainly wasn't, you're supposed to use that time to approach potential business and potential industry that you would like to eventually make a career in. So it's like to get your feet wet and to make contact with people. And it's in year 12, our last year of high school. Now, where did I do work experience? A fucking record store. Now, you might say you wasted your time, dude. I did work experience in a record store for 2 reasons. Number one, it was full of girls. Like, all the staff there were hot, smoking hot chicks. Power Station Records in Miranda Fair for those playing. All the chicks were absolutely smoking hot, and there's music there. So I was like, dude, well, where else would I want to be? I want to make a career with hot chicks and music, of course. So I did work experience at Power Station Records. I dug out my actual. This is literally the form that Power Station Records filled out to explain how I went in this work experience. And by the way, this does tie back into the Gurge, kind of. It's where I first got the EP. So I'll just read this shit because it's worth it for a giggle. Employee organization, Power Station. 315 Westfield, Miranda, for those playing. This is before the 9 was in the phone number. It's just 525-6747. Careers experienced. Record sales. By the way, this is wrong. This is not in year 12. This is in year 10. So this is 2 years before you graduate from high school. Dates of work experience: 26th of the 8th, 91 through 30th of the 8th, 91. Days absent: 0. So I celebrated my birthday with a whole bunch of hot chicks and music. What could be wrong with that? And so then there's 9 questions or 8 questions and a comment section to fill out. Work attitude. These are the options they could choose. Normal interest, exceptionally enthusiastic, needs encouraging, disinterested, other. I got normal interest. Cool. Number 2, persistence at tasks given. Gives up easily, sticks to tasks set, excellent, satisfactory, other. I got sticks to tasks set. I mean, this is good. Number 3, ability to work unsupervised. Highly responsible, satisfactory, requires minimal supervision, unreliable. I got requires minimal supervision. Yeah. Put me in a room full of hot chicks and you don't need to supervise me. Now it'd be a different story. It'd be like, oh, shit. Number 4, response to directions. Shows respect for supervisor, cooperates well, sometimes complains, very keen. These are in a bit of a weird order, aren't they? I got cooperates well. Dress and appearance. Meets requirements, could be better, excellent, sloppy. I got meets requirements. Number 6, attendance and punctuality. Occasionally late, very punctual, rarely on time, never on time. I got very punctual. Number 7, social personality. Freely interacts, does not mix, freely interacts, does not mix, readily accepted, difficult to work with. Oh shit. I got freely interacts. Number 8, suitability for the job. Acceptable, can learn to adapt in time. This job not recommended, highly suited. I got can learn to adapt in time. Arguably, that might be the one that, you might have put the wrong price in the cash register, and you might have sold that Regurgitator debut EP for only $3.95 instead of $5.95. General comments. Ben was a good, I was known as Ben back then. Ben was a good worker and shows interest. Now, I'd love to know who this is. V. Hubert. Hubbert. Vanessa Hubert? I think it might have been. The point of that was when it came time to enter into the workforce, I did not go into... Yo, Netskis, how you doing, man? I did not go into record sales. I did not fulfill my dream of being surrounded by hot chicks and music. Instead, I went into some lousy trade, an apprenticeship with electroplating and metal, gold plating, silver plating, all that chrome, all that crap. Anyway, during those 4 years of that apprenticeship, I would drive after work on a Thursday, on payday. I would drive from Belmore / Lakemba, if you know that area of Sydney, you'll know where that is. I would drive back to Westfield Miranda to go to Power Station to buy either a full-length record, or on the other week, I'd buy an EP. So every week, I would buy some kind of music, new music to listen to. It'd either be a full-length album or an EP. And on this instance, I obviously bought the EP Regurgitator, the debut EP, the Hamburger EP. Now, I was fortunate enough to buy it at the time of release because it did get reissued as the Gurge got more acclaim. They reprinted that EP and they did not include the slight smaller tracks at the end. In fact, it ended up finishing the cynicism, hypocrisy, self-pitying isolation wasn't on the secondary pressings of the EP, and neither was In One Ear. So the track listing went Like It Like That, Couldn't Do It, Hang Up, Nothing to Say, Pretend Friend. And that's where the repressing stopped. But if you were fortunate enough to get it in the early days, which I did, you also got cynicism, hypocrisy, self-pitying isolation, and In One Ear. Arguably throwaway tracks, but that and they're here on this release, which is pretty cool. Why am I bringing that up? Because at some point, I had a record sale selling CDs. I wanted to downsize all of my shit. And so I threw, at my cousin's place in Glebe, I put up banners and posters all over the place saying, you know, one man affair selling a whole bunch of CDs, come down, blah, 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 drink some beers, hang out, buy music. And I can't remember what year that was, but Duncan, who you know here, Buzz Kingo, he spent a lot of money with me, and bought nearly all of my cool shit. Now, I went back, because I still have a bunch of CDs, I went back through that collection to see if I did still hang on to this. I'm almost 100% confident that Duncan has it. I did send him a WhatsApp to ask him, because I want to go to the Discogs and check out the barcodes and everything, but he didn't get back to me. So what we can do is just have a cursory glance at Discogs just to see the difference, or probably sadly for myself, just to sort of see what it sells for today, because I think I sold it to Duncan for $5, something lousy. And he also bought the next EP as well. Where is everyone here on D-Lab? I don't know, dude. It's pretty quiet back here. I mean, yeah, I don't care. I'm thrilled to be doing this. I mean, if there were more people chatting, that'd be even better. But I'm just yapping on anyway. So what I want to do is go over to the Discogs machine. Let's type in the album. Well, let's go to Discogs first. Let's type in Regurgitator. I always had a difficult time spelling that. Regurgitator, the artist. Here is the... Okay, so it's selling quite cheaply. Here are all the versions of the debut EP. 1995? No. This was 1994. This came out in 1994. I'm almost 100% positive of that. Doesn't even say it on here. What a crock of shit. Let me go to Wikipedia. I'm almost... How come it's got that 1995 Wikipedia? I'm nearly 100% positive this came out in October of 1990 foreskins. Where is the discography? I've just gone so zoomed in that it just doesn't do it. Discography. Awards discography. What? Am I zoomed in too far that doesn't work? Okay, here we go. Main article, Regurgitator discography. So their debut album was 1996. Plung. Studio albums, live albums, compilation, video albums. Where's EPs? EPs, Regurgitator. Ah! What did you know? Released October 1994. The debut EP, self-titled EP by Australian rock band Regurgitator. EP was released independently in October of 94 and re-released in February of 95 after they signed. So Duncan, I would love to see that one that you've got from me, because you've got the independently released one, you little sneaky little bugger, but I'm happy for you to have it. So this, all versions, 6 versions, came out in Europe as well, on East-West. Warner Brothers. So where's the 94 version? Reissue, cassette, you could get it on a cassette. Fine, I wonder if, does that still have the other tracks? I just farted. Wow, a cassette, dude. Huh? It's just got repeat. It does have the extra tracks, but it just repeats it on both sides. Fine. I mean, yeah, good luck buying that shit. Interesting. None of them have. They're all on East-West. Where are the original releases? Where are the original releases of the Regurgitator EP? 6 versions. Huh. They're not even listed here. The 1994 one's not even listed. Well, fuck me. Duncan, you've got an absolute, well, you've got somewhat of a rarity there, dude. It's not even on Discogs. Regurgitator Hamburger EP 1994. See if it comes up anywhere else. Vintage vinyl. Well, it's not. It never came out in vinyl until. Yeah, that's not what we're looking for. That's what I've got in my hands. Dutch vinyl, Regurgitator gig database, Discogs. On Gumtree? Someone's selling it on Gumtree? Tickets, stick shows. Interesting. Hey, Davo, how you doing, man? Oh! The with... It's still labeled in 1995. Interesting. This person's selling it for 125 bucks. Let's read what this is about. Is this Duncan selling it? 10 more images. That'll be cool. Yeah, mine had that sticker on it. Recorded at Red Z Studio. Recorded at Martin's place. Yeah, I mean, I really wish that the vinyl had all this artwork in it that we could see. You know, quite a letdown that it doesn't have any artwork at all. Can't recall mine being like that at the back. I really need Duncan here. The withdrawn version. What does the description say? Where's the description? I zoomed in too far to see the description. We saw a description of it. weird. It came up on the search bar, but here it comes up. It says Regurgitator, the withdrawn version. The debut EP, 1995. It's not 95, it's 94. This is the original release that was withdrawn due to the old Warner Brothers logo on it and 7 tracks listed in the cover. Next versions didn't have this. As far as I know, tracks on the release, One Like It Like That, Couldn't Do It, Hang Up, Nothing to Say, Pretend Friend, Cynicism, Hypocrisy, Self-Pitying, Isolation, and In One Ear. Yeah, you're right. And they got 2 of them. Yeah, okay, well there you go. I mean, just a little, you know, a little conversation to be had. Now, vinyl is good. Music is even better, but wait, what the fuck am I saying? I want to go and get a beer before we start listening to the EP. I'm going to give this a little bit of a dust off though. There's a bit of dust on this, even though it's brand new. This dust must have come from the factory. I'm not going to give it a wet clean because I haven't actually played it. It's just dusty. There's dust in this studio. There's quite a fair bit of dust there, actually. Maybe I should give it a wet clean. It's coming off. What I was trying to say before is I want to get a beer because music is rad, but music with beer is even radder. And what better beer than a home brew? A Pilsner. I made it. I'm definitely going to get that. Should I give this a wet clean though? It looks, you know what? I've got a lint flea cloth there. I've got a glass of water right here. I'll just dab it on. Dab it in, dab it out. Get moist. If anything, it just lifts the Oh wow, there's a rough edges up there. This just feels really, really cheap, if I'm being honest. Yeah, what a letdown. I would have thought they would have... I mean, it's not a... I don't know. I guess it's just a cash cow, isn't it? They're just selling it just... It's not like a... It's not like a re-release of it. Let's put it on the... What I'm going to do, I want to go and get this this home brew, and while I go, I'm going to leave you with some surfing, bringing surfing back to the live stream, folks. So I surfed today twice, 2 separate sessions, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. I came straight from that afternoon surf to do this stream, so I haven't edited the afternoon surf. So what you're going to see is just the morning session. It's from the morning, this morning. That won't go back in. So I'm going to run that, and if it goes overtime, you'll see a blowfly doing aerobics with a piece of styrofoam until I come back. But I'm going to go out and grab that brew, and then we'll flip over and we'll enjoy Regurgitator, the debut EP from 1994 skins. It's just funny to say that. I'll be right back with a homebrew. Enjoy this surfing clip. I haven't changed it. Hold on a second. My bad. Hold on a second. You really suck. Hold on a sec, dudes. I haven't changed it from yesterday. I apologize for that. I'll just do it quickly now. Oh, studio mode. I can do that pretty easily. Just give me a second here. Just got to select the correct file skins. And yeah, we should be good. Okay, we should be good. All right, my apologies. Enjoy this. I knew that wasn't the right one because it wasn't raining this morning, and that was a raining day video. And it was a beautiful morning. So enjoy the surfing clip, and yeah, if it runs over, you'll see a blowfly doing aerobics with a piece of styrofoam, and I'll be right back. definitely barreled, right? Oh. That barreled, right? That definitely barreled. And I gotta wait to watch the tape, the digital file. Here comes another one. There you go, folks. Little action there from this morning. And of course, as it said at the end, afternoon session, that is waiting to be edited because the conditions stayed pretty good most of the day. Arguably, it was better in the morning, but I did get a couple of good rides in the afternoon session. So if you want to see that, once this stream's finished, I'm going to edit that together and put it up on my YouTube channel. Nice ride at the end. Thank you, man. Yeah, cheers. And what did you say? You said when you don't on the other last ones, you go way better. I'm not sure what that means, but Davo, I love surfing, and I do too. I did get myself a homebrewed beer because we are almost ready to fire up the record machine player tape deck extravaganza and listen to the EP, but of course I'm going to need a beer for that. Oh, you know what? Before I pour this, get this out of the way. Do not want to drip anything onto the record at all, or at least the sleeve. Cheers is all. This is a homebrew. Pilsner. I made it. Oh, shit. Oh, it's a good one. Now, I'll be with you in the chat here. My microphone will be cut off as we play the album. Okay, did I mute myself already? I was just telling you that I'll be muted when we play the album. I was literally just saying, yeah, well, I'll mute myself, but I must have already muted it. What I was saying was that the single from the album is track 2. Yeah, thanks, Netskis. I just must have pressed the button by accident. Couldn't do it. That's the single from this album, so that's track 2. When that comes up, I'll let you know. And yeah, I am on YouTube right now, but I'm keeping an eye on the YouTube because I feel like this might get dinged. So if you're watching on YouTube and it just stops all of a sudden, that's because I stopped it. So if you want to hang out and see the whole thing, come on over to kick.com where I'll be with you. Let us play the album, the EP, the debut EP from Brisbane's Regurgitator out of Australia. From 1994, this is just their self-titled debut EP. Starts off with, I like it like that. I do like it like that. Cheers us all. Host your glasses. Enjoy. Kill my mic now.
A truth vendor. I love a plastic gender. Return me to sender. I love my boys with no opinion, except the women. They can tell me over and over, drunk then sober, then drunk again. I like to see them in action. Sexual harassment, common sense with a capital pretense. Excuse me, no offense, but here we go, here we go. You can't catch my ego, no. My hook is a fucking way. it handsome, carcinogen in a box. With a lot, thanks a lot. No, fuck it. Make it a big booty bucket. So if I chuck it back up, then I can cop it and save it for later, cause I'm growing up cancer to go with my car. God bless the colonel's taking my soul. My body's in tow. That's the way I like it. Don't you like it like that? I said I like it like that.
bunching the wolves and shit. Keeps on me again, bunching the wolves and shit. Keeps on me again, bunching the wolves and shit. I'm really hanging out.
She said her legs were aching from all the smacks she's taking. She said I'm hanging out. Yeah, my deal's coming round. One man just like another, cause he's a different color. The narrow-minded man, no, he doesn't understand. She called me on the phone. She said I'm all alone. Yeah, my body's breaking down. And can you come around?
I'll shut the fuck up and sing in time. Yes, I have nothing to say. 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 Except, did you come to get down? Did you come to fuck up? Did you come to fill your ears up with this muck? Did you come to speak shit? Just for the taste of it, I came to speak shit. And I'm up the loudest, so thanks for your lives. And thanks for your time. And thanks for your shite. You'll take it for mine. Cause I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say. Cause there is nothing to say. the facts of unspeakable acts and tell for hours. He never hours. He is a good friend. She doesn't offend. Won't offend. Does it offend? This is not the tip friend, she fixes so well. I fucking every night and brag about it. But that is quite true, that I don't like you. You are a good friend, because you pretend. Pretend. Pretend.
Hypocrisy, 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 self-pitying, isolation, hypocrisy, self-pitying, isolation.
We've always made that mistake in the West. 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 The real problem at the moment. We've always made that mistake in the West.
Hypocrisy, self-pitying, isolation.
I was going into oblivion anyway, so I might as well take full responsibility. I was going into oblivion anyway, so I might as well take full responsibility. I was going into oblivion anyway, so I might as well take full responsibility. I was going into oblivion anyway, so I might as well take full responsibility.
Hypocrisy, hypocrisy, hypocrisy.
The real problem at the moment lies within. The real problem at the moment lies within. We've always made that mistake in the West. 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 The real problem at the moment.
Self-pitying, isolation.
We've always made that mistake in the West. We've always made that mistake in the West.
Hypocrisy,
We've always made that mistake in the West. We've always made that mistake in the West.
hypocrisy.
Now it is time to say goodbye. Goodbye, and thank you for coming.
I genuinely like that ending. I think that's a great way to end an EP. I gotta say though, I don't think, and just having heard this again now, for the first time in a long time. I don't think that's going to win a new audience. In 1994, when I heard this, we were thrilled. We were like, what the fuck? This is awesome. Give us more. We need more. They went on to deliver and deliver really, really well. But that EP on its own is not something that I feel like someone hearing it that, like, you have to, you're either a nutcase like I am and you really gravitate towards that shit from the get-go, or you go into their catalog and then you love them and then you come back and then you can appreciate this. That's how I feel anyway. I could be wrong, but I just... And the other thing too that stood out back in the day when I first heard this was the snare sound. Like, it's so snappy and echoey, and the tone of it, it's just this weird... I don't know. I've always felt like a snare sound can give you an album. As long as the snare sounds the same throughout the album, it gives it like a signature, almost like a time signature, if you like. Yeah, fuck, that was awesome, eh? Reminds me of Hawkwind in the 70s. Really, Netskis. I don't know anything about Hawkwind. There's a bounce to it. Yeah. And what I find interesting about this band is that they didn't... I mean, yeah, their style has always been true to form, and it's unique. And I wouldn't say that they've changed their style. I'd say they've continued to do their thing all the way through. I mean, yeah, you asked me about the new album. I haven't actually heard the album. I've only heard the songs that they played live. I think the single is called... What's the single? No, there's a few singles. There's one called Epic. I videoed a song called Epic because I thought, are they going to cover a Faith No More track here? No, they've got their own song called Epic. That was like a hip hop number. It was pretty cool. I can't remember the name of the single. The one in the box or in the square or something. I can't remember. But yeah, they're still doing it. I mean, I personally kind of didn't really do much with this band after Unit. That was kind of where I tape it off. But I mean, I'm willing to go back in history and learn and enjoy. I don't know if I'll buy the vinyl though, but because of, I don't know, just... I bought a piece of vinyl at the Gurge show that I photographed just recently. There was a band that opened for them, and I bought their vinyl. I didn't buy the Gurge's vinyl, but I bought this opening band their vinyl, and we'll definitely discuss that another time. I'm gonna say thanks for everyone being here. By the way, I was watching my Gmail from my YouTube stream, and I didn't get any copyright dings. So either it comes later and they pull that stream down, or it's still up on YouTube. Still there. I didn't get any dings. Okay, that's cool. Hey, thanks for being here. We're going to do 3 more Regurgitator virtual vinyl streams in the upcoming weeks. We're going to dissect their next EP. It's called New. Then we're going to dissect their debut album. It's called Tu Plung. And then we're going to dissect their follow-up album. That one is called Unit. And that's where we're going to tailor off after that. I think we might. I don't know if I'm going to get any more. I don't know. I've bought some vinyl that's coming up on other streams. I don't want to spoil it now, but if you're watching the Facebook machines and you like the music I'll like, let me just tell you this. Last night, or the night before, I spent $160 on one record to get it shipped to Australia. It's the 30th anniversary of what I regard as the greatest band on the planet, their greatest album, and I bought it. And now it's all sold out and everyone's scampering about how they didn't get it. I was like, fuck, am I really going to pay $160 to get this to Australia? Yep. And I did it. So that's coming up on its own stream at some point. Hey, cheers for being here. Take care of yourselves. I'm going to edit the rest of that surfing video. That'll go up on YouTube shortly. Have a lovely evening. Kicking it with Gives a Minute on Kick.